What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Sure. Hi. You guys are here. Wait a minute. What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Shar. Come here with me. Come here with me. I am so sorry I got wrapped up in a phone call, honey. And I had to come anyway and show my face because if you leave it up to me, honey, I would have just kept on moving, honey. But I said they must be waiting for me. And sure enough, you guys are here. Tamika, what's up, babe? How are you? J28, what's up, babe? Sexy mama, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Because I ain't sleep with none of y'all last night. Hi, hey, Shar. I wouldn't be surprised if his dad put him up to writing this info down. Sad to say, but I wouldn't put it past him. Had that on my mind since last night. Whoa. Okay. Hey, Shar and chat, come on in. Wipe your feet, hit that like button and say, hey, that's right, J28. Let them know again. Say hello. Sexy Mama says, hello, everybody. Hit the like button on your way in. Don't mind your manners, honey. Don't mind your manners. PN2 Ross says, good afternoon, Shar. I ain't sleep with you last night. What's up, Ross? How are you? Rules, good afternoon. How are you? Chanel, how are you, sweetie? How are you? Angelique, what's up, babes? Welcome to the chat. Miss Nina, what's up? How are you? I ain't sleep with y'all last night, honey. So what y'all saying? Mr. Martell, put him up to it or what, honey? I'm going to tell y'all my input. It was so many comments come on. My crew be with it, honey. My checkmate said, I got something for all this, honey. Let's put two and two together, honey. And we going to mark it down, honey. But let me tell y'all something. I'm going to give y'all my input. Then we're going to jump right into these comments. But because I came on late, I got a little bit of time. And y'all know I'll be back later as usual, okay? But listen, I really did not think when I posted this, if I could be truly, brutally transparent and honest, I did not think the way you guys were thinking, honestly. I was like, oh, it's such a nice lesson. Like, this is so good of her, oh, train up the child in the way they should go, right? I was not even thinking of Martell Land, or was this behind him, or did he line him up on the wall and tell him, like, you better get those card numbers for me so I can be able to get what I need for y'all, because I can't afford it by myself. My brain did not go there. I'm being very, very honest. When the messages start coming through, I was like, wait a minute. They are thinking outside the boxes. Y'all blew my mind with y'all comments. I told y'all I see everything. I couldn't even respond to all of them. You guys were like hitting it on the nose. This isn't the first time. And listen, I'm very careful with children because I have children and I know that children may run across this video, right? So I try to be very, very honest and discreet and not, I don't want to hurt the children, right? However, it's a very, very touchy topic, right? So I'm going to say, let's look at it from every angle, right? Let's just say, okay, you just wanted to, because let me tell you, my daughter does something called the roadblocks, or maybe I'm saying it right, maybe I'm saying it wrong. She does something with the roadblocks. So she goes around the house and she asks her dad, he doesn't live here, but, she might call him up, Dad, can I use your car? She called my sister, can I use your car? She gets my car, whatever, right? So I understand the dynamics of the world we live in. These children just want the cars to put it on the games, right? Because that's what the games require, right? So that's where my brain went. It did not even dawn on me. Maybe this flathead bro is against it or with it, right? Or he told him to do it. I didn't even think I heard people saying, this was embarrassing. She probably should have kept it offline. I didn't even think that far ahead. And y'all know I'll be on it, right? I wasn't even there. It was a short video. I thought it was intentional, and I thought it was purposeful for the time that we live in to share. I was not thinking, checkmates. I was not, honey. So y'all beat me to the punch bowl this morning, honey. I said, wow, y'all is on it, right? So I can say, all right, we're going to look at it from both angles. He does put them on the military line, allegedly, right? He does tell them, y'all better do what the hell I got to say, or I'm going to turn all these lights off on you, right? So maybe Tank did see, okay, my mom going to go get gas. This is my time. I couldn't get to her pocketbook. Maybe, just maybe. We have to ask ourselves, okay, maybe he did, maybe he didn't, right? If he did, I think he's an effed up individual for that, right? That's my personal opinion of it. If he didn't, okay, sit him down, sit him on your lap and have a conversation with him, right? Hello, family. How's God blessing everyone today? Oh, well, Chanel, how are you, babe? How are you? Let's see. I don't want to miss too many comments because sometimes I be talking and I be like, dang, I missed all of this. Hey, Shar and everyone, that's Miss Nina. Ken Clark, what's up, babes? Because I ain't sleep with you last night, honey. He teaching Tank some jing. Listen, stuff. Oh, I got a PG-13 at Clark, so let me water it down. He teaching them some bull crap, okay? It's a hell nah for you. That's what you said, not me, honey. I got you, honey. I got you, honey. If he did and he had used that card, she could have pressed charges. I don't have. Wait a minute. I don't. He is okay. I doubt he is that dumb. I'm with you. I pray not, J28. I pray that was not his motive, honey. And trust me, these videos across YouTube will surface fast. It won't be long before it hit Miss Melody lap, honey. It won't be long, honey. So I'm hoping that this man was not stupid enough to tell his child to go write down his mother numbers, honey. I'm hoping this baby just wanted to write down them numbers real fast to put it on the game. Does that make it great? No. Do that make it okay? Because it still would be a form of stealing, right? Because you're taking something without your mother's permission, right? But however, I still would say either way, it's a bad situation, right? Although you guys made me think outside the box. I wasn't even where y'all was. Hi, Shar and chat. What's up, Geneva? How are you, babes? How are you? Angelique says it's Martell Habits running behind him with that. Yes, Angelique, that's what everyone is saying. I didn't think that far ahead. I'm behind. I feel like you guys are leading this chat today, honey. I'm just here for whatever, honey. I'm really open because my mind did not go there, if I could be brutally honest. Live, laugh, and love. Hi, sweetie. How are you? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Tamika says at J28, you don't think he that dumb? The man that fumbled the bag for a side order. What you say? He ordered fries. We had a whole four-course meal, honey. That's what Tamika said, honey. Let him know what you saying. I don't think Martell put him up to it. I think Tank wanted that item and tried to take a shortcut. My niece did the same thing to my sister and brother-in-law. Rules. It's a thing that the kids are doing, honestly. Could it be his dad's habit? Absolutely. Is it a reflection of his dad? Do it got his name written all over it? Absolutely. But and not that y'all wrong, I just couldn't phantom what you guys were saying. And when you guys kept coming through, I was like, dang, they making a lot of good points. Like, I was like, y'all come through with it. I'm reading. I'm in between work. I'm home. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. So I'm like, okay, I got to jump on. I got to say something because it was too much to text and respond behind everybody's comment. But just know I read every single comment that came in. Okay, up until the last hour. Okay. Hey, Shar and chat, what's happening? What's up, Lee? Welcome to the chat, babes. Welcome to the chat. Tamika says at rules, that's probably what happened. However, Martell is desperate at this point. He is. So this is why it's important that you don't have certain behavior and characteristics attached to you. Because even when it ain't your fault, it's going to be your fault. Okay. So even if this wasn't Martell ID and the kid just wanted to do it for whatever reason, I think I read somebody's comment. I read somebody's comment either earlier, and they was just saying, my daughter took the money off my car and went and donated to I think a nonprofit organization. I forget who that was. And don't charge it to my heart, honey. Charge it to my head. But listen, that was funny as hell to me. I said, she did what? She took who card? And she like, I was mad as hell. She said, then when I got the t-shirt, honey, she said the t-shirt, she said, that's how I found out. That was funny to me. So kids are clever. They come up with all this stuff. They're like, I'm going to get it. My mom ain't never going to know. Not to know that we connected to Jesus, at least most of us, honey. And we're going to find out one way or another, honey. So don't be sneaky. Just ask. So I thought that was so funny, honey. Oh, he is dumb at Tamika, but I believe they already went to court for him taking money, but he won that one because they were still married. I doubt she would have let this one slide. I hope not, J28. I hope it ain't, the penis that's still directing the traffic, honey, after the aftermath, honey. I hope that is not the case, honey, because you got to shut that thing down, honey. Rules. My niece tried to order an item from Amazon. Yes, it's a lot of it going on. My son used to use old cards, in between cards, all for his PlayStation, honey. We used to be checking him down. Now it's to the point, I think he gotten past that, but he has to understand that I work hard for my money. So you must ask. It's either going to be a yes or a no. You might not like my response, but know that you have to ask me because then it becomes like you're a thief and you're stealing. And I don't like thieves or sticky fingers, honey. It's a hell no for me. Tell them again. Veronica says, hello. Happy blessed Thursday. Hi, Veronica. How are you? Welcome to the chat, babes. Welcome to the chat. Tamika says, J28, she definitely wouldn't let that slide. I don't think so, Tamika. Yes, I think she'll be on that. Like, you ain't allowed to take nothing from me, honey. Nothing. J28 says exactly, Tamika. Really. Hi, how are you? Hey, lady. It's hi. I thought that name sounded familiar. Welcome to the chat, babes. I ain't sleep with you last night. It's Carmelian. How are you, sweetie? Welcome. Thank you for your support as always. Okay, everybody's speaking to Carmel. Hi. Um, Kids are going to be kids. Absolutely, rules. I agree 110%. I believe that I don't know what he wanted it for. Like I said, it had his dad name written all over it, honey, across his forehead and stamped, honey. But however, kids are kids. And like I said, you guys beat me this morning. I could not think even phantom what you guys were saying. This wasn't the first time he did X, Y, and Z. It was an embarrassment. It should have been something off social media. You guys hit the punch bowl before me. All of your points was valid, all right? And I think for me, the reason why it was it was a mental block for me, is because I'm very careful with children. So I couldn't think that far ahead because one, I'm thinking of a parent of 6, right? And two, I'm thinking all children try it at some point, right? I wasn't thinking first, second, or third time. I wasn't thinking his daddy is a sucker and a liar, right? And a user, right? I wasn't thinking that his dad could have possibly put him on that military line and lined him the hell up and told him, you got one strike, okay, and at 1200 o'clock, you need to go get those numbers from your mama card. So he was in a rush, right? I was not thinking that far ahead, y'all. I was not. I'm lost. What happened? Ross, they talking about Tank Melody teaching Tank the lesson of not stealing by rewarding him with a game. She got gas yesterday, and I don't know if it was yesterday, but it was posted yesterday. When she went to go get the gas, Tank hurried up and wrote down her credit card numbers. She told him the importance of not writing down people's credit card numbers. These are the end results of it. These are the consequences for him. She said, all you got to do is act. You don't have to take or steal anything from anybody, and you could get it just like that. Was it a valuable lesson? Absolutely. Was it a necessary lesson for this season of life? Absolutely. However, we're trying to find out who was the mastermind behind it. Was it a Martell thing? It smells just like him. However, I don't know if he put him up to it or was Tink just being a kid, right? So that's what happened. That's the fast version. Tank wrote down Mel's credit card number and got caught. Okay, you guys are telling her what happened. Okay. He probably told Tank, get the card numbers and I'll give you what is it? A 8T necklace. A 8T necklace that he can use the card numbers to get more things. Listen, Angelique, nothing surpasses him, honey. Anything he can do, honey. Kids all people were also saying Tank was the one that recorded the vacation. That's a very good point. So he does know how to pick up the phone and I for him just to pick up the phone and start recording his mom, his parents and stuff like that. That's also a kid's move. It also has Martell all over it. Show the world that we're together. We're working it out because this is what I want, and she don't want to give it to me. I'm going to make her give it to me because all the world is going to be like, oh, y'all working it out. Even if it's toxic, even if he cheated 100 times, even if he got 2 side holes and not one, oh, and your mom will fall for it and she'll be with me. Or Tank could have just possibly said, okay, I like what I see. I want my parents back together because I'm a kid and that's what I do, and just recorded it itself. So that's the same type of scenario. It could have went both ways. It absolutely had Martell's name on it. He could have lined them up and said, you better get those pictures, boy, if I put you back on that line with your legs up and your hand on top of your head, honey. Martell is a fool and will show the world just how he has effed his life up. Absolutely, Lee. You ain't saying nothing wrong there. Kimber says, what's up, South Jersey? I'm all ready. I'm ready, 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 ready. Talk to me. Yay, I'm just supporting as always. I really appreciate you, babes, as always. I'm the first to drag Hookhead, but he's not to blame for anything. He gives us plenty of ammo. Absolutely, rules. I agree. Did you guys make valid points? Absolutely. Y'all got me looking from my side eye like, was this wrapped up in him? Did he tell them kids to do it? I ain't gonna lie to y'all, but I didn't think that far ahead. And hell, he ain't no friend of mine, honey. He belonged in a straitjacket if you ask me. But right is right and wrong is wrong, honey. And I just need to know, was it him or not, honey? Melody, let us know, honey. And did you have a conversation with him? Besides taking him and telling him the importance of not stealing. Did you have a conversation to say, where did you learn this at? What gave you the idea? Because you need to know. It could have been daddy. It could have been somebody from school. It could have been whatever. It could have been something that he watched. Was that conversation extended to that extent, right? That's something I would like to know. Because hell, I'm a parent. I'm never just going to sideswipe anything, honey. I'm going full throttle into the crash, right? So that they can be able to understand this is not what you're going to do. This is how we do this. This is what we're going to do. So I want to know, like, to what extent was that conversation? Good afternoon, Charlene. How are you? Welcome to the chat, babes. Welcome to the chat. It's 61 in the chat. Y'all better hit that like button, honey. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I promise you, you won't be disappointed, honey. Candy Rose, what's up, babes? What's up? Lee says 44 watching, 25 likes. Hit the like button. Come on into the chat and say hello. Wipe your feet at the door, honey. He set his own son up. Listen, nothing too far-fetched, Angelique. Nothing. Kids learning from other kids. That's a good point, Kimber. That's what I just said. Okay, thanks everyone. Okay, you guys are saying thanks for the info. Who told Tank to write down the numbers down? We don't know, Lee. That's what we're trying to find out. Was it something that he just thought he was gonna be able to purchase this game for if he wrote his mama numbers down? That she wouldn't notice that the card numbers, she would notice that the card was gone, but she wouldn't notice if he took down the card number. So he could have been that clever, I'm gonna hurry up and write these numbers down when mommy jump out this car, and I'm going, because kids do it, you know what I mean? Now, if it becomes a habit and a pattern for him, okay, it might need to go a step further than you, because it may be something that he saw that you don't know that he saw, and he's thinking it's okay. It could be something as simple as him watching something on TV and watching it and be like, oh, I'm gonna do that. It's the craziest stuff that the kids come up with in their imagination, even at his age. And he's intelligent enough to articulate what's really going on. However, it could possibly still happen. He's not smart enough to beat every single thing. You know what I mean? So we gotta kind of balance it out here. Reason why I don't think it was him just being a kid, because she just let them pick out things from Sheen. Okay, Tamika, so let me ask you this. I don't know. Because she don't got, I don't know. I don't even know what I was going to ask you. It's going to come back to me. But really, what I really want to say, even though it didn't go with your comment, what I really want to say is, even her letting them pick out stuff from Sheen, which I did see that too, and they was able to, get what they want, and the orders came in. That could have even sparked something in him. He could have been like, oh, I got all this stuff for this amount of money. I'm going to write it down. He could have saw her order something and be like, I'm going to write these down so I could order a whole bunch of games, just like all my Sheen stuff came in. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I really don't know. Tamika, look, your point is not wrong, babes, at all. I'm with you. I'm staying with you. But I'm just trying to think, rational, right? It's the same thing with the allegations that came out that I will never repeat, right? It's like, okay, at some point, we got to stop hammering him on the head. Now, do I think this is Martell all the way? Absolutely. You can't tell me nothing different, honey. This is him. It has his stamp all over it. However, I want to know, did he have a conversation with him, or did he tell him, you better take your mom information or you're going to get in trouble, and he was scared as hell, right? Or did he typically just be a kid and just take the numbers down? I'm going to get all I can get right now, just like my mom just did us from Sheen. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with it. So it's not like she don't get them. Oh, yeah. Tamika, that was never where I was coming from. Child, she spoiled them babies. Hey, Naomi, what's up, babe? Welcome to the chat. Yep, because all he wants is his dad's, wait a minute, as is his dad, okay, love, because he sees himself as an outside now with his brother. I got you, Angelique. I'm gonna butcher it up, honey. I brought it back, honey. Yes, I agree. I believe that plays a major part in it. You know what I mean? I also think that Martell is creating a wedge with those kids that he's not gonna be able to come back from. Okay, somebody also mentioned in the comments earlier that, did you guys see I think it was Mariah. Don't quote me, but Mariah that was talking back, to Mel doing the video yesterday while getting her hair done. I absolutely saw that. However, I know that I got a 13-year-old here, and her mouth gets slick sometimes, and I gotta take her down like boom. You understand it? And I gotta let her know I'm the parent and you're the child. That means you gotta be quiet when I tell you to. Okay. And then when you want to have a conversation, you make sure your tone is appropriate so that we can have a conversation. But if your tone is outraged, you know what I mean? I gotta meet you where you are, right? So sometimes we pick the camera up before we rationalize what the hell is going on, and these kids trying to play in our face, right? And they also said, okay, Martell is teaching her this. She can very well. I don't doubt for a second that Martell got those kids over there saying, you don't gotta listen to your mom. Don't listen to your mom. Whenever your mom tells you to do something, you do the opposite. It got him written all over it. All of this do. But the bigger question would be, could we say it was him, or will we say it's just kids being kids? That's my biggest question. It's his traits. And if you don't knock it the hell out of these kids, hell, they might grow up just like him. You got to be, you just got to use wisdom with this, right? Um, Hi, Carpenter. How are you, sweets? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. I felt that Tank should have been disciplined, not physically, but he definitely would not have gotten a game. He needs to know the consequences. Some punishment should have been set in place. I agree, Charlene. Only reason why I'm saying was there additional conversation, because why would she just go get him a game? Unless he said, you know what, mom, I was writing down your card numbers because I wanted X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? And then she said, okay, easy fix. All you had to do is ask. You don't have to take from me. Who taught you that? And then she wanted him to see how easy it is versus stealing it, how easy it is for him to turn around and be like, okay, if I ask my mom, she's going to go get it. So I agree. There should have been some consequences. But see, again, we're missing pieces of the puzzle. So we don't know to what extent, what was told, what was said. We don't know. Geneva says, Shar, if we don't install good and honest values in our children and our kids, the streets will and will destroy them. I pray for the kids. Absolutely. We better, okay? Because the streets will raise them and teach them all the wrong things, honey. They'll end up in some places they ain't got no business being, honey. I'm with you. Good afternoon, Shar and chat. What's up, Chosen? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Joyce, hi, how are you? Welcome, babes. Welcome. Martell blew up his whole spot, honey. Yes, I agree, honey. I agree. Angelique says, I'm looking at the video now where he's telling Tank, wait a minute, rebuy before the clothesline. Angelique, repeat what you're saying, babes. Either I'm butchering it or I'm not understanding it, babe, but repost it for me. Charlene says Tank has a lot of his father's ways. I've noticed this from the beginning. Absolutely, he does. And most of the time, boys resemble their daddy. No matter how much they love their mother, because they naturally mother's boys, boys resemble their father. And that is exactly what he's doing. Even if you heard him in the car, I believe that was him with Melody yesterday. He was singing that little song. I don't know who the hell the singer was, honey, but he was singing, and he was into it. So that's another resemblance of him thinking he's this, he's going to be a rapper. She brought him those chains and stuff to resemble, like, I could be like them too, but I'm flying doing it. I'm very honest in doing it. So we could look at it, again, both ways, Charlene. Candy Rose says, I agree, Charlene. I agree. She better check Martell doesn't, wait a minute. She better check Martell does it with Tank info. Kimber, I got you. I understood what you were saying. You saying she better, watch Martell with Tank info. Absolutely. And let me tell you, if you got sticky fingers, you don't mind who credit you running up, honey. And kids is not off limits, okay? If you dishonest with everything else, who the hell says you're going to be honest with your children, honey? Kimber, I'm with you, babes. I'm with you. Mel better check Tank now before he becomes a lot like his dad. She better get with it. I'm hoping that she do. That's her character. And it seems like, if you guys remember her telling Mariah, she understood why she did really bad during the season of her grades, right? It was like a drought for her. And she says that she worked good under pressure. And she found that the longer time that it took for her to get these grades was because of the time that was put on her. She works good under pressure. So when she do things under pressure, she pass it. But if she doesn't do it under pressure, and there's a lot of time in between, she flunks it tremendously. So Mel took the time to find that out. Like, hey, we resemble some things. I'm like that too. So she didn't beat the hell out of her or punish her without listening. She said, let's figure out what happened during this season. Was it something that was going on at home? Was it something that was, that I could have did to help you? And this what was pulled out of her. So that's why I question. I think there was a side conversation. We just don't have wind of that, right? But absolutely, Lee, she better do something with them, because those traits will sneak up on you, honey, and knock the hell out of you. Carpenter says she allowed them to order from Sheen. Do you think it was the son and Martell had nothing to do with it? Carpenter, that's what we're trying to figure out. Excuse me. That's what we're trying to figure out. It makes a lot of sense that this was just an urgency for him. He saw mom order, so now he's like, I want to order. I want to order as much items as mom. Or could he just think, okay, I saw mom, take those numbers, write them down, put them in the computer, however she did it. I want to be like her. We don't know, because to what extent do we know the child's form of imagination? We don't know. Yes, he's old enough to understand. Yes, he's able to articulate right from wrong. I'm not saying that at all. However, This does have his Martell name on it, but was it Martell that pushed him over the edge, or was it just him just being a kid? That's the question. Private school kids are bad. Naomi said, "Shoot, private school kids is bad as hell, honey. Them kids be doing all types of stuff. What you say? They the preacher kids?" Naomi said, "Shoot, I don't put nothing past them, honey. Nothing." Oh my goodness. Lee says, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It's popping over here. Tell him again, Lee. Tell him again. Maybe Tank is acting out because his parents didn't get back together after the family vacation. Veronica, that's a key point. Kids will do the craziest things because they don't understand the dynamics and the importance of breaking off toxicity. So they will do anything to make sure that you guys get together, which really, it's not happening. When it's done, it's done. And unfortunately, there's nothing the children can do about it. It's a very good point and possibility. I agree, Veronica. I agree. That's what I think. Absolutely. Let's see. It smells like a Martell doing. It does. It smell and look like him. As a matter of fact, we just trying to figure out, was it really him, honey? Was it really him? At Carpenter, I wonder if he got the idea to write the numbers down when she let them order from Sheen. Candy Rose, it's a possibility. That's where I'm leading more towards. Although you guys made very valid points, I don't want to be biased because of my own situation. And I do want to say, hey, listen, it smells and look like Martell. It is. But the woman in me, right? And the character in me say, hold on, let's just put everything on the forefront, right? Let's just look at this from all the angles that it could have came up about, right? Geneva says, I don't reward a child for bad behavior. You must be consistent with the discipline when necessary. Amen. Tell them again, Geneva. You gotta let them know, don't play with me and I won't play with you, honey. Don't come checking for me and I won't check for you. The moment you play in my face, I get you where the hell you thought you was gonna get me at. Let them know again, Geneva. Don't play with me, honey. Wherever you stole that card number at was where you gonna be leaving them card numbers at. And I'm gonna make sure we never ride past here again and you ain't getting what the hell you thought you was gonna order with my car. Tell them again. Lesson or no lesson. I'm with you, boo. I'm with you. You right, Shar. I agree. He acting out for some reason and it needs to be addressed. Absolutely, Tamika. They better get a hold of it because it's probably going to get worse, right? And you just gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. You gotta pay attention to all angles. I told y'all for a long time, my kids thought that it was my fault why me and my first husband was not together. You know, they begged for a long time for us to be together until I got my big girl panties on and I said to them, hey, listen, me and your dad are not gonna get back together. He irks my nerves, every nerve in my body. He done did too many things. He done crossed the line too many times, and it's gonna be a hell no for me, right? So then once I explained that to them, then it was like, okay, we understand, mom. But for a long time, they just thought their dad was just like this great person. Hell to the nah. Oh no. I would venture to say that most of all of us tried stuff when we were kids. Absolutely, rules. Tell them again. We all did it, honey. My mama ain't had no card when I was younger, honey, that I could swipe or take down. And matter of fact, times are different now, right? We didn't have all this electronics and putting card numbers and stuff like that. Hell, if it was $2 on the table, we might have took that, but we didn't have time to go and pick card numbers and stuff. We was, we that wasn't our time. That wasn't our era. Healing with Shar, would you have let your child have those games if you were in that situation? What would you do? Candy Rose, you try to catch me off guard, sis. Let me tell you what I would have did. Um, I wouldn't have handled it like that if I could be brutally honest. Not that her tactic was wrong. Um, I'm a talker, so I naturally would have talked. And if that was the response that, I was trying to take it, mom, because I knew you didn't want to buy me the games and blah, 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 blah. I will first hold them accountable. Secondly, I would say, you know what, let's try again next week and see how this go. And then we can go to the store and buy you the things that you asked for and not the things that you want to take, right? So that's how I would have dealt with it because I'm naturally a talker. I would not have given him the games in that moment, right? He would have had to feel the wrath of it, although I'm really a talker, so I don't really have to touch on my kids much. But if I do, it's a necessary get it the hell together. But I very rarely have to touch on them at all. But if I do, I would not have handled it like that. Not that she was wrong, millimeters. Not that she was wrong. I'm just saying I wouldn't have done it like that. So Candy Rose is going to be a hell no for me. Okay, kids these days have a smart mouth, absolutely, and sometimes you gotta bop them in it, honey. You better get it together. Who the hell you talking to? You need to go find your friend because I ain't that friend. Tell them again, Naomi. Tell them again. My 13-year-old does the same thing, and I kindly bring her back to reality. Martell is asking them kids all kinds of questions. Absolutely, Tamika. They on that army line. Tell them again. All types of questions to make them feel some type of way. Exactly. So they're always thinking, I got to get from my dad. I got to get this from my dad. I got to get that. I got to get the information. I got to write it down. Them kids aren't able to phantom the reality of peace, right? Only when they're with Melody, because he's always got these kids. And I know I joke about the military line, but it's the truth. He got these kids lined up asking him a million questions. These kids can't even think or be normal kids because they always got to answer a question about their mom to their dad. That is silly as hell to me. But y'all know what's happening. At Candy Rose, I agree. That's what Carpenter said. A lot of kids are ordering things without parent permission. Absolutely. And to us, for us to be naive to it or act like it's not happening, I don't think that's a fair statement, Naomi. I'm with you, babe. I'm with you. J28 says, I'm sure there are some things they discussed that doesn't make it to the internet. Absolutely, J28. Say it again, babes. Say it again. PN2 Ross, right. He would wait a minute. He would have wait for the game. We don't reward bad behavior. Not at all, honey. Not in this house, honey. Not in this house. Kay Hayes says, I think she was trying to teach him they could act instead of sneaking. Sometimes you can teach a lesson when a reward is versus punishment. I agree too. I'm not above it. I agree. Would I have done it? No, but she wasn't wrong for the way she did it. And absolutely, you can do it. It's negative, positive reinforcement. I'm with you, babe. I'm with you. Carpenter says we would have the conversation if there is a next time there will be a punishment. Sure enough, we're gonna talk about it, babes. We are. Um, let's see. J28 says, I never took money or card numbers from either of my parents, but I definitely kept their change when I went to the store. Okay. They don't need this. They won't even know this is gone. Tell them again. So we all did kid things before. That's why I asked us that's why I wanted to have this conversation. It's hard to have that in the comment section, but I said, I got to go talk to my checkmates because I want to make sure that I'm listening to you guys as well as you guys listen to me. I think this is a key factor for us to understand that sometimes kids are just kids. Now, let me tell y'all this. Let me pitch y'all deal on something. If this would have happened at a Martell house, could you imagine what would have happened to poor Tank? They would have been back in court ASAP because he's a sucker and he doesn't know how to deal with anger nor have a conversation. So that child probably would have been all punched up on for taking something that he just thought he can do. But thank God that God spared this situation, right? He allowed it to happen with Melody. He allowed it to happen with her when she was able to have a conversation. But thank God it did not happen at Martell house, honey. He would have made him get on the internet and talk about it all publicly, honey. Straight sucker move. Get the hell out of here. So I'm thinking of it that way, honey. Candy Rose says Tank is 9 years old. Seems young to start that nonsense. Absolutely. That's a good point too. That's why she gotta get it up out of there now, honey. Get that spirit up out of here. At K Hayes, agree. I agree with you, PN2 Ross. Okay. Hi, they call me Corp Diva. What's up, babes? What's up? Angelique says, he's saying read boy before I wait a minute, clothesline you. Wait, who clotheslining somebody? What I miss? Oh my goodness. Like the streets raised Martell. And yeah, he dumb as hell, Clark. He dumb as hell, honey. I don't even know if the streets raised him because sometimes I think he streets smart, but the way he's walking them New York streets, I'm like, where you come from? Where you come from, honey? 9 years old these days are like 19-year-olds. What you say? They little kids dressed in grown man clothing. What you saying, Naomi? What you saying? Deuce Johnson, hi, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Martell could have planted that seed. He probably told him to ask his mama. I'm not against it at all. I'm not against it. I think it had you guys like. I'm not against it. I really don't know what direction to go with. That's why I said, you guys are leading this chat today because I really didn't think as far as you guys thought. I'm just thinking, oh my goodness, it was a nice lesson. So you guys got this chat, honey. I'm just giving my input. I'm here for whatever. Whatever. Let's see. Um, I'm slow on these comments. Let me pick it up, honey. Let me pick it up. Martell used to badmouth Melody on live videos in front of their kids, like Martell said in front of Tank. Wanda is off the show. Tank said, that's good. Wanda going, what? No, that wasn't appropriate, Veronica. That was crazy. You shouldn't even have had that conversation, honey, at all. Got to have a conversation with yes, you have to, Carpenter. Poor Tank, he was getting that number to use when he over there when his broke daddy, he needed it so he can use it when he gonna wait a minute when he with his wait a minute when his daddy ain't paying attention. I'm with you, the real VB. I'm with you, babe. Absolutely, he was getting it for some reason. The reason I don't know, honey. I'm just going to assume it was for the game, honey, because that's what she rewarded them with instead of taking them, having a conversation. I wish they was in a place where she could have called Martell and was like, look, he's over here trying to write down my card numbers. Do you know anything about this? Have you ever tried this at your house so that we can find the pattern and we can nip it in the bud? But unfortunately, we have a sucker as a baby dad and an ex-husband, so that ain't going to happen, BB. Um, Jenny Smith, hi, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. I have a feeling that he has Martell written all over it. Remember, Martell used to steal from the ATM and he used to steal Mel's money to spend on clothes. So he is no stranger to a criminal activity. What you saying? He active criminal? Oh my goodness, what you saying, honey? Listen, I do remember. I'm just hoping that that. Listen, I said the guy's name. It looked like him. It smelled like him. I'm just gonna hope for the best that this was not him, honey. Because let me tell you, if it was him, it's a long road ahead of that baby, and this is only the beginning. That's why I'm hoping that it was not him, honey. Mel gave the children permission to purchase 10 items from Shein. She pulled out a card when everything was in the cart. Yeah, I'm with you, Johnson. I'm with you. Having typos. It's all good, babe. Don't worry. We all here for it. I blend the hell out of somebody's comment, honey. That's why I understand it, honey. Martell was saying in the video that that was that was a year and a half ago where he's holding Sugar Mama and his title says the kids got tell on his toes. Okay, tell on his toes, but he's saying read boy before I clothesline you. Got you, Angelique. And I looked at that video, Angelique. What the hell are you showing them old behind videos for? Can we see some recent activities? I don't want to see, but even that, do you think that's a proper response? How to, talk to your kids? Talk before I clothesline you. What you saying? How you talk to people like that? Ain't nobody like, come on. Don't talk to people like that. He's just a straight sucker. Sheila, hi, welcome to the chat, babes. Welcome to the chat. I think Tank wasn't really thinking. I can say that too. That's an honest response. Um, that outside baby would be a deal breaker for any woman with an ounce of self worth. Say it again, Lee. Get the hell on out of here. It's a no thank you for me, honey. You, your baby mom, and the kid got to go. Get the hell on about your business, honey. Candy Rose says at Naomi, hey, I went to private. Is it what? Jesus Christ, honey. These kids are come bothering the hell out of my nerves. Honey, I got to get my hour in and you keep bothering me. What do you want? Get the hell on. And they don't talk to you, right? This is what my kids do. They just come tapping your shoulder. Can you open your mouth and say what the hell you want? Why y'all keep tapping my shoulder? What do you want? What do you want? Okay. Candy Rose says that Naomi, I went to private school. What is it? Parental. I know I butchered that, honey. School. Y'all know what? I'm done, honey. Carpenter says if Martell did that crap, that is a shame. It absolutely is. This is why I hope she got full custody and take them away from him first start. Listen, I don't think she did, Carpenter. I think she left it as is because she said in one of her interviews that she wanted the joint to continue because she want to break too. Because y'all gotta think about it, honey. When you dealing with kids, honey, as you just heard me tell my son to get the hell off of me, honey. Why you touching all over me? Stop tapping on me. Use your words, honey. Listen. With that being said, we need our break too. So it really hurts her if she has full custody and no visitation. Yes, we do have to move that way sometimes, and we just got to choke it up because it's not, the safety of the children. But in this case, that will hurt her more than anything, honey. Kids is work, honey. It's a no thank you for me. The real VB says, don't kids need to pay for certain online video games nowadays? Yes, they do. That's exactly what I was saying. He probably wanted to buy something because my daughter take her dad card in my car, honey, and she want V-Bucks or something like that, honey. And I'd be like, no more V-Bucks. That's it. Or I give her a certain amount. You could buy $20 worth of V-Bucks, whatever they are. Use my card. Don't do nothing additional or we going to have a problem. And she's been very good with that. But when it first started, she was running around here looking for cars and I had to tell her, don't you put your hand in my pocketbook and put your them numbers nowhere ain't supposed to be. Because if I find out, honey, if I find out. So yes, they do. Yes, and pinpoint where it came from. Absolutely. Get to the gritty, honey. Get to the gritty. Ramella, hi, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Good afternoon, babes. Good afternoon. Sheila says, not every nerve shark. Even that pinky toe nerve. Okay, every single nerve, working all my nerves, honey. Get the hell on out of here. The one that wouldn't even sit upright yesterday. Hit the like button. It's free. That's what J28 said. Don't come for her, honey. Competencies now we know she has them in counseling. This will be brought up. Yes, it's important that she do, and do not skip over it like it's not a big deal. She needs to be able to bring it up. Absolutely. Now that we know she has them in counseling, this will be brought up with the counselor. If it was the child, we will take care of it. If Martell, it is on paper, and we still gonna take care of it. Either way, what you saying, it's gonna get handled, Carpenter. I hear you, honey. I hear you. Maria, hi, welcome to the chat, babes. Welcome to the chat. Behavior. With all of this mess going on in children, take things different ways. The children are also in therapy. I am wishing them the best because Mel has a lot to do with. Maria, that's a very point. That's a very good point and solid statement. I agree with you 110%. It's a toll on her in general, honey. So let's just add it to it. Like, where did this come from? Where did this come from? Why do you think you got to take from me? Do we ever take things? Do you feel like you need something more? Like, let me know. I agree. I agree. Candy Rose says the kids used to tease and tell each other, pack your bags. Mom's take what? Mom's taking you for a ride on a guilt train. I was so I was so lucky I never had to use corporal punishment. Listen, that's something new to me, honey. I ain't even never had to do that because my look said a whole lot, honey. I ain't play with them, honey. And I don't play with them now. As you just heard my son, get the hell up off of me, bro. Get the hell up off of me. Maria Williams says, so we can see it's Martell causing more issues for the children. And he doesn't have a problem with it. I would have to talk to him, but would not have given him the game. He would not have to play. He would not have to play it on his system. Oh, he would not be playing on his system for a while. I'm with you, Carpenter. I'm with you, honey. Vanity, welcome to the chat, babes. Welcome to the chat. I hope Melody doesn't repeat the same mistakes with her children that she did with Martell by not addressing the issues when it's written. Wait a minute, it's written on the wall. I'm with you, Vanity. I agree. Sometimes she got patterns that she might have to pick up on. Am I letting the nigga use me? Am I letting the person drag me? Am I letting this happen? Am I letting that happen? Could I be afraid to address it because I'm afraid of the backlash that I'm going to get? Vanity, that's a very good point. And we don't think that as parents that we do that. But listen, I was one. Y'all know I'm very transparent. I did not have a voice for a long time. The moment that somebody yelled or screamed or just raised that voice at me a little bit to have a conversation, I will go in my shell. But today, try it and see where you're going to land up, right in the river. You better get the hell on out of here, honey. This ain't what you want, honey. This ain't what you want. Carpenter says, I also would have explained why. Sure enough. Sheila says, remember too, that's the educator said to Mel. Okay, what the educator said to Mel, got you. At rules says Sheila, I agree. Remember, that's the educator side of Mel too. Got you. I'm with you, babe. I'm with you. Angel Love, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. She says, Amen, Vanity. Amen. Honey, maybe his dad put him on up to doing that clown with a cape on, honey. Maybe. We don't know. We don't know. That's what we're trying to figure out, honey. That's what we're trying to figure out. Listen, quick intermission, honey. Listen, if you guys are not on my Facebook, if you want to know Jesus a little bit better than what you have been knowing him, okay, go over to my Facebook. It's Healthy Living with Shar. My Instagram is also Healthy Living with Shar. Go follow me there. I do live interview with people that have been experienced, had experience, and the experience did not kill them. So it's an awesome platform to be a part of. It's a slow paced channel, but it is growing each day. That is my first ministry. That is where I land at. That is where I'm comfortable at. Every fourth Saturday, I'm there with prayer. And I just make it do what it do on my Instagram. I'm just putting up, little clippings of my posts from Facebook, but it's still effective. So you guys go join me over there. Also, I did step up my super chats here and also my badges. So if you guys want to be a part of the Checkmate Club, please do so because it ain't gonna hurt nobody. And by the way, hit the like button and subscribe if you aren't subscribed because I ain't do nothing with none of y'all last night, honey. None of y'all. Okay, back to the chat. Okay. But sometimes you can ask and still not get it. I don't want him to think he will always get what he wants either. That's the way I would have handled it, honey. But I have to be honest. My baby boy is spoiled. The one that y'all just heard me say, get the hell off of me too. He's spoiled. He is like my glue. He touches, he feels it, he rubs, he is spoiled, So I have a hard time, honestly, and I'm just being transparent with even telling him no. You know what I mean? He has so many cliques and he wants new cliques, and I'm going to take my baby to get him, right? He doesn't even need none. And he just lost my daughter AirPods. Really, I wouldn't have gave him a pair of AirPods to even use because he loses everything, right? So the lesson would be learn how to keep up with your own stuff, and then you'll be able to use somebody else's. But until then, you don't use theirs and you continue to not have for yourself, right? So I say all that to say is it's sometimes it's just the kid and you just wearing your heart, honey. Just wearing your heart because he pulls my heartstrings every day. He's the sweetest kid you ever could even ask for. He was truly a blessing from God. All my kids are. But that one right there, honey, let me tell you, me and his dad used to box it the hell out when I was pregnant with him, honey. And he grew up. I mean, when he came out the womb, he used to cry all the time. He ain't want his daddy, but that was all that fighting that we did when we was together, honey. Woo, Lord, that was them days, honey. That was not good at all, honey. But I say all that to say, today I believe he values me because all of that he has felt when I was pregnant. You know what I mean? And he's like, I learned that in the womb. I don't want to be like that joker. I don't want to be like him. So I'm gonna say that. Not really. My niece was around that age when she tried to order from Amazon. Okay, Geneva says, Shar, I didn't allow my son to bring a toy or gift home. He told me his teacher gave a gift. I told him to give it back to the teacher and have her write it. That's a really good way of thinking of it, Geneva. I didn't even think that far, but let me tell you this, Geneva. My kids, I don't allow them to borrow. I don't allow them to take anything from nobody else also because I don't want them to ever be humiliated and people just, kids are cruel. So kids will be like, I ain't tell you that. You wearing my stuff. Oh no, not mine, honey, because we're gonna always go get it brand new, honey. So I'm with you, Geneva. And if you see something that's not yours, don't even touch it. If your teacher is giving you something, that's like a step further, Geneva. But I'm with you, babe. I'm with you. I always kept the change too. Okay. Cash into the bank, honey. Mom, can I have that? DD, welcome to the chat, babes. Welcome to the chat. I'm praying that man isn't punching on that boy. Well, you better keep praying, honey, because actions speak louder than words, honey. And I'm just seeing a straight sucker just intimidating that baby, honey. And I don't know to what degree, honey, because I ain't the fly on the wall, nor do I live in that house, honey. But I'm praying for the whole kingdom over there, honey, because it's something definitely going on, J28. It's definitely something going on. Martell is saying that to Tank. I'm with you, babe. I'm with you. Cheryl Howard says, hello, Cheryl. You didn't sleep with me last night. What you saying, Cheryl? I need to come taller than what I'm doing, honey. What's up, Cheryl? Welcome to the chat, babes. Welcome to the chat. Cause I ain't sleep with you last night, sis. I ain't sleep with you last night. Come through, babes. Come through. Vandy says, I can understand Melanie being sensitive to the children at this point in time because they are all healing from the divorce. Absolutely. 76 watching and only 43 likes. Hit the like button. Stop being cheap with your likes. That's what Lee said, baby. My opinion, maybe the M&M kids asked for items with Martell and he couldn't afford it and told the M&M kids Melody took everything, his money. Listen, Veronica, they ain't too far fetched. It sounds just like him. As a matter of fact, honey, your mom took all my money. She left me with nothing, honey. Now I gotta pay for this and pay that, and I don't know how I'm gonna do this and that. Martell, you forfeited your own home and your own family. That is your fault. Them kids don't have to pay for that, honey. But listen, Veronica, it ain't too far fetched, honey. It ain't too far fetched. I digress, honey. I digress. J28 says at DD, if I could buy the generic / store brand to spend less, I would. Say it again, honey. Hit the like button, Angel Love said. Don't keep playing with my sis. What's up? Let's see. Carpenter says he's a Bama street smart. Okay. Listen, you ain't ready for the hood street smart. It's a no, no, no. What you laugh? Are you laughing at J28? I told y'all. She says, "Whatever comes to her mind, honey, whatever." I know they were glad when I grew up at DD. Okay, they was like, "Yes, family." Shar Howard says, "Will Martell just get over Mel? He has close all issue rate, and they're not going to open a court case again. They're going to send him out by his collar, honey. They're going to tell him to get the hell on. Then we put you out of here the first time. Why you keep coming back? Cause I'm cuckoo and Coco, okay, and cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, honey. And I'm just crazy as hell. And I'm crazy, and I'm a narcissistic person, and I just don't take no for an answer. And I'm controlling, and I gotta have it my way or no way, honey. That's why I'm here trying to file another case in the same court, honey, at least 2 days apart, honey, because I just don't get enough, honey. I just don't get enough. Hey, Queen, honey, I ain't sleep with you last night. Queen to you. What's up, babes? What's up? Welcome to the chat, because I ain't sleep with you last night. What's up? Johnson says, straight clown. What you saying? I am a team Melanie, but just because you ask does not mean you're going to receive. They need to learn how to earn things. Absolutely, Charlene. Absolutely. Martell played dirty. I don't put anything past him. Reese, hi, welcome to the chat, babes. Welcome to the chat. What's up? No, I don't either, Reese. Absolutely not. I don't put anything by him at all. He's capable of anything, honey. Anything they say that he did it. I don't care what y'all talking about, honey. And even though right now we giving him a pass, sort of, kind of, because we understand children, right? But anything that we say smell like him or look like him, it is him, honey. It's him, honey. Tight wearing clothes with no penny in the penny loafers. What they saying, honey. What they saying. Maria Williams says, as Charlene Jackson, the kids are learning how to earn money. They work with their mom on her business. I agree. She's teaching them some very valuable lessons. Joyce says my grandson will buy games and V-Bucks. Yep, that's the word, Miss Joyce. V-Bucks on a Google Pay. I had to shut his little butt down, 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 down. Don't keep swiping my card, honey. Don't do that, honey. Joyce, that remind me when my son this weekend to college, honey. They gonna tell me I gotta have a $200 limit on his card, right? On his account. So I'm looking at my son like, you better not swipe my credit card until I call you and tell you what to swipe, honey. Even at 19 years old, honey, he better not put his hands on my card. I don't care what the school's saying he need to have on his account. Yep, I put it on there, but he better not touch it until I approve it. Shut it down, Joyce. Shut it down. Eminem kids are probably doesn't have the nice items. Wait a minute. Eminem kids probably doesn't have the nice items at Martell mom's house. Example, their own room and entertainment area and electronics device. LOL. Veronica, I agree. I agree, honey. It's like two different worlds, honey. We done went from over here to there, honey. It's a no for me. Cheryl says the good thing is she caught it and now she can be 3, 4 steps ahead. And now she knows. So if Martell had something to do with it, his plan failed again. Absolutely, absolutely. Candy Rose says at Helen with Shar, I spoil my kids as much as I could too. They turn out okay. Yes, it's nothing against it. You just got to make sure you do the pros and the cons. You're not biased and dumb enough to think that your kids is being this perfect life, or doing these perfect kid things, because all kids is doing something we don't know about, honey. Don't fool yourself. Don't fool yourself, honey. Tank is a smart kid. He'll ask first next time. Absolutely, honey, because we don't know the consequences that came along after that, honey. Thank you, Ashar, new subby. Dee, what's up, babes? Y'all welcome that Dee to the chat, honey. She says, I'm down with the checkmates now, honey. It ain't nothing y'all can do about it. What you saying, honey? What you saying? Welcome, babes. Welcome. Candy Rose says, I wouldn't be surprised if Melody is having groceries delivered to Martell on his week. I used to do that, Candy Rose. Listen, I used to do it when my kids was with their dad when they was younger, honey. He couldn't do the life that I did for my kids, honey. So if my kids was hungry and I knew they was gonna be there, I did it. Was it enabling him? It could have possibly did, but it was his week and it was a court order, so I had to do what the judge asked him for. But in the meantime, my kids was not going to be hungry while they was there. I done it, so I understand that. Exactly, Candy Rose. I wonder if those kids have told Martell his breath smells like Dookie yet. Not yet, honey. They probably scared they're gonna have to line up with the lights off, honey, at 1200 o'clock, 1300 o'clock, and 1400 o'clock, honey. They said hell to the J28. They ain't saying that, honey. They ain't saying that. Candy Rose laughing at J28. They say anything, honey. Listen, guys, it's been real. I think I hit every single chat, every single comment. I just wanted to jump on. I'll be back around 5 o'clock. Okay, so turn your notifications on because y'all know we here for whatever. Okay, we're going to address it down as we see it, honey, with a pure heart. At least we try to, unless we have to check you down, honey. Hit the like button if you have not done some. Listen, I know I blew somebody's mind today. This is something that you wanted to hear. This is something that you wanted to accept. And it wasn't something you were ready to digest. However, in life, you must make a choice. Just make sure your choice isn't a sticky finger, honey, because sticky fingers get got, honey. You better wake the hell up and smell the coffee, honey. Don't be sticking your fingers where they don't belong, honey. Don't be sticking your fingers where they don't belong. But I digress, honey. I digress. Do 4 things for me. Meet me in the comment section if you aren't already there. Hit the like button, turn your notifications on, and subscribe. Bye.